As tomorrow, last-minute messages before the midterm elections.
And of course, we are tracking clouds moving into the area as showers build in for tomorrow, but we've got more storm chances and a big temperature change on the way. We'll break it down coming up.
And more than 100 world leaders are negotiating climate action at a conference in Egypt.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The midterm election is tomorrow, and across the nation, candidates for hundreds of local, state, and federal offices are out today making one last push for votes. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Tanya Bonk, and with the balance of power in Congress on the line, there's just one more full day of campaigning for candidates in the midterm elections. The Senate race in Pennsylvania is one that analysts say could decide control of the Senate. Georgia's Senate race is also attracting lots of attention. Deborah Alfarone has the latest from Washington, D.C.
This is it, the last full day of campaigning for Republican Mehmet Oz and Democrat John Fetterman in their razor-tight battle for a Senate seat in Pennsylvania.
Tuesday, it's all going to be, it's going to come down to every single vote.
We'll bring change to Washington so they treat us the way we deserve.
Former President Trump campaigned for Oz over the weekend, while President Biden and former President Obama offered their political star power to Fetterman. Hello. In Georgia, 2.5 million voters have already cast ballots, where Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and his Republican challenger Herschel Walker are locked in a dead heat. In the race for governor in Georgia, incumbent Brian Kemp has an edge in the polls over Democrat Stacey Abrams, who is seeking to become the first black female governor in U.S. history. If no candidate gets 50% of the vote tomorrow night, a runoff election would take place in December.
On Tuesday, there's a lot at stake nationwide. Every seat in the U.S. House is up for grabs, along with 35 Senate seats and 36 governorships.
That has voters coming out early. Already more than 40 million have cast their ballots.
We're expecting right now near record turnout, could hit around 120 million.
And with so many close races, election analysts are asking voters to be patient while the votes are being counted.
We have very complex ballots in the United States, multiple pages, dozens of races. Let them do their jobs. It might take a few days.
Election officials are also focused on security. They say safety is a primary goal at polling places across the country. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
KOAM teamed up with Gray Television for a series of polls from Missouri voters ahead of tomorrow's election. And one question asked how voters would feel about a candidate for Congress who claims the 2020 presidential election was stolen from Donald Trump. 24% of Missourians say that would make them more likely to support the candidate. 41% say it would make them less likely to support the candidate. And 30% say it would make no difference at all. The rest were unsure. The poll also asked Missourians how they feel about the Supreme Court ruling overturning the Roe v. Wade landmark abortion ruling. 33% say they agree with the ruling, 48% disagree, and 20% are unsure. You can see how the answers break down by demographics and get more poll results at KOAMnewsnow.com. We've got changes coming in the forecast. Chris Warner joins us with a first look.
Yeah, one of the first obvious changes is the cloud cover is increasing as promised this morning, and it will continue to do so. And we will remain mostly cloudy through the rest of today and into tonight. So here's where we should be this time of year. Normal high of 62, normal low of 40. There's going to be some significant changes, and we're not going to be really at a normal point for quite some time as we go into the next several days. Now, right now, Skywatch Storm Tracker is clear on the local level. We have got still a few showers out to our southeast and few way up in, say, Maine. And then out to my west is our next storm system coming into the Pacific Northwest. Temperatures across the area right now, 60 Neodesha, 62 Chanute, 61 Pittsburgh, and we are 63 in Joplin right now, which of course we showed you the mostly cloudy skies at 7th and Range Line, and east-northeast breeze at 14, and that'll be our trend. So we're close to normal in terms of a high temperature for today, but as you can see going through the evening, we don't do a lot of dropping off, and that's going to be the case for us, and we're going to have some interesting temperatures the next few days. We're still still looking for a high of about 65 degrees under mostly cloudy skies across the area. And of course, don't forget to scan that QR code so you have the latest forecast weather data, everything that you need right in the palm of your hand with the KOAM Skywatch Weather app. You can also search for KOAM Skywatch Weather in your favorite app store. The app is perfect for when you are away from your television, but of course, when you're at home, make sure you tune in for the latest forecast data. We're going to take a look at this latest forecast and some of the big changes on the way here in just a few minutes. Tanya?
All right, sounds like a plan. Thanks, Chris. Independence, Kansas hosted a Saturday filled with events and activities in honor of local veterans. The Veterans Freedom Square Committee read the names of 800 local veterans in remembrance. After the readings, the winners of a high school and middle school local speech contest presented their essays for the veterans.
I think that without the veterans of our country, that we would have no one to protect us, we wouldn't have any safeguards, and we would be really lost without them.
Throughout the day, there were plenty of activities for Independence's Veterans Day of Honor, including the Veterans Parade, a military exhibit, and more. The Salvation Army is currently taking applications for the organization's annual Christmas baskets in Pittsburgh. Major Patricia Johnson from the Pittsburgh Salvation Army says people need to be quick to sign up and not wait until December or it's too late. She says last year they had around 350 families in Crawford County who they helped, but this year she believes it will be higher because of inflation. And to be able to receive a basket, family needs to bring a proof of residency in Crawford County, income, and identification for every family member.
With the rising cost of food, it's difficult for them to be able to buy these things that they like to have for their Christmas celebration. So for us, being able to provide these opportunities for them to expend their money elsewhere, and we provide this part of the Christmas celebration.
The Salvation Army will take applications from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. through Friday this week, and baskets will be distributed in mid-December. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, a climate conference.
Urgent climate talks draw leaders from around the world. I'm Ian Lee with new warnings about the future of our planet.
And later, we're making a Fiesta rice skillet in the Mr. Food test kit. President Biden is waiting until after the midterms to head to Egypt to attend the Global Climate Summit. World leaders are already gathering to start negotiating. CBS's Ian Lee reports.
It's a global problem demanding a global solution. More than 100 world leaders have descended on Egypt to discuss the climate change crisis.
We are on a highway to climate hell with our foot still on the accelerator.
At this year's climate conference, national leaders will tell their own stories of devastation, like Pakistan, which suffered its worst flooding in recent history. Record rain, melting glaciers, and a severe heat wave swamped a third of the country over the summer, leaving millions homeless and causing $40 billion in damage. Europe witnessed one of its driest, hottest summers this year, with wildfires sweeping large parts of the continent. And in the U.S., more than half of the country is experiencing drought as the mighty Colorado and Mississippi rivers run dry.
The clock is ticking. We are in the fight of our lives, and we are losing.
Activists say they're fighting for the survival of future generations.
The young demographic, the biggest demographic on earth, we are 1.4 billion, but we are also the most affected and we're disproportionately impacted.
And for the first time, young people will go from the streets to a seat at the conference table, allowing them to share their climate concerns with world leaders. Ian Lee, CBS News.
Leaders from two of the largest climate polluters, India and China, are skipping this year's summit. The two countries sent minor delegations. Still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
You've got your main course, you made a salad, and now you've realized you forgot about a side dish. No worries, we've got you covered.
But first, we're going to take a look at some changing weather conditions on the way and our Election Day forecast when we come back. Temperatures today are about on average for where they should be, at least in terms of our high. We're a couple of degrees above for the expected high, but we've got some temperature swings on the way, and it's going to start later this week. Before then, it's going to warm up, and it's going to warm up significantly. Now, the Skywatch Storm Tracker is clear on the local level, as we showed you earlier. So we've got showers out to the southeast, some showers up in the far portions of New England states, and then our next weather system out to the west, and that'll be here Thursday, bringing us some big changes to the forecast. Still dealing with some gusty winds as we head into the evening, upwards of maybe 20 miles an hour. We do get a break through Tuesday from those gusty winds before, as you see, by Wednesday morning, here they come again, 20 to 25 miles an hour, and I'm not sure what happened with the wind map there, but anyway, by Thursday, they start gusting upwards of, say, about 40 miles an hour for some of us. Right now at 7th and Range Line, as we promised earlier, it's becoming mostly cloudy out there. You can see those clouds. They were building in this morning, and they are really getting going now. 63 in Joplin. Wind is east-northeast at about 14 miles an hour. Now, as we go through the rest of today, we'll have the mostly cloudy skies. We'll be about 65 for the highs, 62 at noon. 59 by 5 and 54 by 8 this evening. And as we head into this evening, we're going to drop back down to 52, but we're going to reach that low early and then turn around and start to warm up tomorrow morning. It's only a couple of degrees, but we will start to warm up. Now, these lows are above where we should be by about 4 or 5 degrees. All right, on the future track, obviously, clouds moving in, and they will continue to do so. And as we head into Tuesday morning, that's when we could see a few scattered showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder out there. And this will persist through the first part of the morning. This is 10 a.m., a little more widespread shower and possible thunderstorm activity. No severe weather expected, nothing crazy like that. By 1:30, we're left with just some trailing bits of it, and by early evening tomorrow, it is out of here. But you see these temperatures, it starts to warm up, and that's where it gets a little crazy. And a quick reminder, of course, you can scan that QR code or go to your favorite app store and search for KOAM Skywatch Weather to download the KOAM Skywatch Weather app. It's everything you need in the palm of your hand when you're not by your TV. 7-day forecast. This is where it gets interesting. So tomorrow, 64 with the shower chances. And of course, don't forget to vote. But you can already see the roller coaster we're on as we go through this week. 79 on Wednesday, way above where we should be for our afternoon highs. And then Thursday, 75, oh, by the way, low of 63, 75 Thursday. Thursday's when that system out west will start to move in here and bring us a pretty good chance of showers and thunderstorms across the area, and we're keeping an eye on that system as we get closer to it. But the other big thing it's going to do that is very notable is the temperature drop, because we start 75 and drop down to 37 for that overnight low, and it doesn't stop dropping. We only make it to 50 on Friday. We're partly cloudy through the weekend, but temperatures continue to fall. 47 on Saturday, 45 on Sunday. Those are supposed to be our overnight lows this time of year, and they're going to be our daytime highs. Our overnight lows drop back down into the lower to mid-20s. So talk about a major cool down and just a significant temperature swing on this 7-day forecast. So we go from roughly 20 degrees above normal by midweek to about 20 degrees below normal by the end of the week. So just keep your shorts and your winter coat handy all at the same time, because you're going to need them both this week.
Yeah, it feels like a little bit of everything this week, except for the snow.
No snow in this particular forecast, but definitely cold weather ahead of us. You're going to run your air conditioner probably Wednesday, maybe Thursday, and then you're going to need to flip the switch to heat by Thursday night.
Well, and it sounds like just to be safe, you might want to bring that umbrella or rain jacket with you when you go to vote, especially if it's during your lunch hour, scattered showers throughout.
Absolutely. We are watching those scattered shower chances, so we're not talking just a deluge of rain or anything, but definitely keep the umbrella handy, but no major severe storms or anything expected tomorrow, just some good rain showers.
It's just hard to believe, like a high of 79 one day and temperatures as low as 22 over the weekend.
Yeah,
Woo!
48 hours is going to make a big difference here in the 4 states.
All right, thanks, Chris. We take this time to honor today's 4-state hero, Sergeant Jack Howell in the U.S. Army. The Joplin native earned the gold medal and a number of other honors while serving tours in Kuwait and Iraq from 2007 to 2009. To Sergeant Jack Howell, we thank you, our 4-state hero. If you want a side dish that will stand out, today's recipe is perfect. It's got black beans and fresh salsa. Howard describes it as a fiesta in your mouth. We're making a fiesta rice skillet in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Okay, you've got your main course, you made a salad, and you've just realized you forgot your side dish. No worries, because we've got an easy skillet go-along that's on the table in about 20 minutes. Not only is it quick, it's so good, it might win an award for the best supporting side dish. In a skillet, we begin by sauteing some chopped onion in a bit of oil until it's tender. To that, we add some uncooked white rice and saute it until it's golden. We add some chicken broth and let that simmer for about 15 minutes or until it's tender. And now for the part that gives this dish its big, bold flavor. We add in a can of black beans that we've drained, a generous amount of corn, some fresh salsa, cilantro, and a bit of ground cumin. 5 more minutes is all it takes for the flavors to blend together. Then it's ready to serve. Maybe garnish it with a bit more cilantro, and it's a party of flavor in every bite. Whether you serve this with roasted chicken, a burger, or on Taco Tuesdays, you can't go wrong. To get the recipe for our Fiesta Rice Skillet, all you have to do is check out our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a fun and festive way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
It does look good. You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our 4-state market prices.
Some scattered showers and thunderstorms possible for your election day, so do bring the umbrella with you. Near 80 on Wednesday, big system Thursday, and then we get into a major cool down heading into the weekend. Temps in the 40s for highs, lows in the 20s.
Ooh.
All right. What do we have coming up tonight at 5?
Well, at 5, those midterm elections are here tomorrow, and a lot of Americans are reporting significant related stress. In Health Watch, what some experts refer to as election stress disorder. Yeah, it's a thing. Plus, Pitt State political professor breaks down Amendment 1 on the Kansas ballot and a grant program that could bring thousands in for local police, fire, and EMS agencies. Hope you join us for those stories. A whole lot more, of course. It's all coming up today on KOAM News at 5.
All right. Thank you, Dow. Thanks for joining us for KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.